I was really digging Assassins only because we don't often get to see African American women in this space playing these types of roles. And for both of you in particular, you're basically playing the same role, but different colors of her, right? So if you wouldn't mind speaking to that. And Nomzamo, the last time I saw you, it was for Coming to America, girl. You
I
had the
know.
hair up and it was.
Oh, we're having a little catch up right now.
I know. So why don't you go ahead and get started with that question, talking about having Black women in this space?
In terms of just having to tell stories in a different way than we've ever seen them, the bubble does not exist anymore. And if it does, clearly it's living in its own little corner because we're not a part of it. And I think for me, it was important as well to be able to really fully immerse myself into this character and make sure that the story is told in the most awesome and incredible way and most truthful way, you know, because we want to be able to see the representation of Black women in sci-fi. We don't see it enough, especially in lead roles. And then you're paired with such incredible talent, from Bruce Willis to Andy Allo to Fernando to Dominic Purcell. It's just an amazing, amazing thing. And I think it also speaks truth to the vision of Jesse. The fact that he would even come up with the story, but also see it centered by a Black character. That for me is a person who's living in the age of tomorrow and who's ready to break the barriers.
Absolutely. Y'all carried that film. You really did. Andy, you want to speak to that?
I really honestly,
I don't have nothing else to say.
I'm like, yeah, we're Black. It's dope. And we're leading this shit. Okay, goodbye. I have nothing to add. You killed it.
That is hilarious. But I want to talk to you, Andy, about navigating the same character, but you're the more stealth version of her.
That was really fun, being able to pick up on the aspects of her character, but recognizing, well, my point of view as the character of being an artist who's a little more, you know, has a different experience, point of view, and yet we're blending those emotional layers. And she's using my body as a vessel to carry something out, but I can't forget still who I am. That's still in me. That just doesn't go away. So that was really fun to play with, and also pick up on, okay, what are the mannerisms that she has that, you know, I can add in so you still see a bit of, oh, she's there, but she's not. And Jesse really allowed us to play in that space, it was really cool.
Nomzamo, I know this was Bruce Willis's last picture, and you guys got to work with, and Andy, you guys got to work with him a little bit. What was it like to be with somebody who in this space dominated that space? For most of his career, he dominated that sci-fi action adventure space.
I think for me, it was just number one, completely being honored to be able to share scenes and share set with the ultimate badass and then having to try and be a badass at the same time.
Literally.
It's the learnings, I think, for me. You know, one thing about Mr. Willis is just how grounded he is as a human being, but also how grounded he is as a performer. You know, that it doesn't have to, as high paced as it is, he's always been able to have the high pace, but also have the grounding. And I think he was able to find and bring that balance in the character, and being around him, and just like his smirk, the famous Bruce Willis smirk, was just like such a joy, and all the conversations that one was able to have with him on set. And, you know, for me, I'll never, ever, ever forget it. And it was an honor, and I will cherish those memories forever.
It's only one of these things that you get to dream of, I think, as an actor, to work with an artist that you look up to, that you've watched since childhood, and to be like, wait, I'm in the same room as you? Hold on. Like, let me get myself together.
This is a Black ops world where the mind is being controlled by technology. And at one point, some character says, go wherever you want to be whatever you want to be. How close do y'all think we are to that in the real world?
We are living in it. Carla, the Gen Zers have sold us out. They are creating a world that we could have never even dreamed of, a world that we used to watch in movies. But how specific it is, you look at AI, you look at and is
Metaverse.
also the metaverse and these whatever AVR like playing of games that they use right now. I'm like, at some point we are going to disappear. Someone's going to come up with the powder that we see, that we used to grow up seeing in Popeye or Tom and Jerry, where you blow it in somebody's face and they disappear and they just become invisible. I'm waiting for that because I don't know what kind of world we're living in, but we are.
Nomzamo, you did not break down Tom and Jerry.
I'll never watch that cartoon. Will never be the same for me now. Thanks. Thank you.
We're slowly starting to see how AI is starting to take over various facets of the entertainment industry. You know, it's putting everybody's jobs in jeopardy. So that's why I asked that question, because I'm like, I don't know what y'all doing with assassins, but I'm gonna need y'all to put that.
I think we're planting some seeds for sure.
Right. This world is very similar to a world that I exist in already in a different show in Upload. So it's very futuristic, but what's scary and exciting at the same time is we're seeing these technological advances happening already today. So I wouldn't be surprised that there is, you know, some company out there that's working on this. And, you know, we already proven you can upload certain aspects of your personality and consciousness to different digital devices. So it's wild. I think, you know, there needs to be some sort of a committee that oversees this.
Listen, I'm right there with you. You know what I mean? It's a thing. It's a thing. And last but not least, you guys, I just want to ask you, what is it that you want people to take away from when they see Assassins? I know what I took away from it. I'm scared. That's what I took away from it. I'm scared to death because I don't, it makes you wonder if the person you're seeing is really the person you're seeing.
Well, listen, that's a whole other story. But we don't have time for that. Catfishing anybody? So what I will say is
you got me over here crying.
I think the takeaway I'd like, you know, people to take away from this is, you know, well, love will make you do crazy things. In order to, at the base of this, it is a love story, I think. And two people desperately wanting to stay connected to each other. And because of the circumstances they're in, they find themselves in, you do crazy things. And I think that's something anybody can relate to. Now we add on the sci-fi element, and that can go, you know, in many different directions. But at the core, I think that's the takeaway for me.
You know, that was a good way to sum it up. That really was. Excellent. Well, ladies, I have to say, I really enjoyed y'all in the film. I enjoyed watching women be badass. I'm starting to see a little bit more of it. I saw Maida Golding in Rabbit Hole, kind of doing the whole spy thing. So we're starting to see it slowly but surely, but I'm gonna need to see some more of it. But you guys held it down and you did a really, really wonderful job with it. And it was wonderful to speak to you this morning. Thank you for giving me your time, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Thank you. Thank you. This was awesome.
You on the next.